Lessons learned from becoming a #1 Amazon best-selling author. Hey, I'm Sensei Sarah, and I'm here with another incredible insights episode for every personal trainer who wants to feel confident in the value you offer, but can't quite believe in yourself yet. So, the problem with confidence is that it has to come from inside you. And people can tell you till they're blue in the face how amazing you are, but if you don't feel it, then you won't believe it. And it's frustrating because deep down you probably know how capable you are, but you might be reluctant to admit it to yourself or anyone else. And when we can't see our own brilliance, we play small. And what I mean by that is that we don't stretch ourselves to be more than we believe is possible. We live within the limits of our fears. And what makes it even worse is that when we don't feel confident, we don't put ourselves out there as much, and that means we can't help as many people. So, to try and get around the fact that we don't feel confident, we try to fake it, which is tiring, stressful, and most people can see through it anyway. We put ourselves down a lot, which is super unattractive to clients, or we put other trainers down, which is just plain unprofessional. But at the end of the day, all we really want is to feel valued and respected for our personal training skills and knowledge without having to shout about how great we are. Now, I don't care who you are, we all have feelings of not being good enough at times, and I'm no different. Now, as most of you know, I released a book on Amazon recently called How to Find Your Voice, Your Value, and Your Vavavoom. Critical mistakes introverted personal trainers make that stop you from finding your unique selling proposition and offering unrivaled value. And last week, it hit the #1 bestseller in multiple categories and top 5 internationally, beating out some major players in the marketplace in the process. Now, I have spent my entire career talking about, teaching, and treating injuries, so writing a book about business just felt a bit weird until I started writing it. Now, honestly, I have probably made every mistake there is to make in business, so I knew I had something valuable to say inside the book. But promoting it, now that's a completely different story. I really don't feel comfortable reaching out to other people, especially to ask them for something, even if I know them quite well. So, asking people to buy the book to help me make it a bestseller was a little bit out of my comfort zone. But in doing it, I learned some important things that I thought you might find useful. So, here they are. Lesson #1: there's no such word as can't. Now, growing up, my mum always used to tell me and my sister that there's no such word as can't. The phrase is I'll try. And she's right. I didn't think I could write a book about business that would be valuable to anyone, but I have. I didn't think that anyone would buy it, but they did. And I didn't think anyone would like it, but they do. And if I'd have listened to that negative voice in my head telling me that I wasn't good enough to write the book, then I probably wouldn't have even tried. But the more I wrote, the more confidence I gained, and now I feel proud of the end result and all the effort it took me to get there. Now, this means that I'm much less afraid to tell people about it, and that's really important because if I didn't feel proud of the book, then I wouldn't want to tell anyone about it or have anyone read it. So, having written it in the first place would be completely pointless. And it's exactly the same for your personal training business. If you don't feel confident in the value you offer, you won't feel comfortable getting new clients or asking to be paid well for your services. And without paying clients, your business is pointless. So, lesson #2: I work best with a plan. Now, I don't know about you, but if someone said to me, go write a book, I probably wouldn't even get started. I'd spend hours staring at the blinking cursor on the screen, overthinking everything, and struggling to write a single word. But if someone said, go write a book, here are all the steps you need to take, and here are the deadlines for you to complete them in, that would make it much easier. And that's exactly what happened. I followed the amazing process by Jim Edwards called writeyourbookai, which broke the huge task of writing a book down into small, manageable steps that I could complete every day. Simply having that outline of what I was supposed to be doing each day helped me just get on with it. It reminded me a lot of when I first did my first Olympic distance triathlon. It seemed like an impossible task, but following a training plan that broke everything down into daily sessions made it possible. But the plan didn't just help me to get it done. It gave me the confidence that it was actually possible and helped me believe that I could get it done. And that's really critical because if you don't believe something is possible or in your own capabilities to do more than you thought, then you'll never push yourself. And if you want your personal training business to succeed, you will have to push yourself. So, lesson three is I need to feel supported. Now, I am not a big fan of being around a lot of people. I don't like crowded places. I don't particularly enjoy parties. But whenever I'm doing something new or difficult, I do like to feel that I'm not doing it on my own. And the support given by the coaches in the Facebook group for the WriteYourBook.ai course was instrumental in giving me the encouragement to stick with it when it got tough, having somebody to ask when I wasn't sure, and celebrating all the milestones along the way. And that's super important to doing anything new or difficult in your business too. There's nothing worse than having to figure out everything on your own, having no one to ask who understands what you're talking about, or celebrate with you when you achieve something big or little. So, what can you take away from the lessons I learned about becoming a number one Amazon bestseller? Firstly, know yourself. If you know you behave a certain way when you're facing obstacles, then you are much more likely to find solutions that help you to move forwards. Number two, learn from someone who has been there and done that before. And number three, don't do it by yourself. It's a hard and lonely road that is much more likely to result in failure. So if you don't have a copy of the book yet, you can find a link in the description. And if you've ever considered writing a book, I can't recommend Jim Edwards' course highly enough. When they run the next one, you can find more at writeyourbook.ai. Now, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a comment, give us a like, or even share the video with your friends. And if you've bought the book already, I'd really love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. So thanks for watching. I'm Sensei Sarah, and I'll see you on the next episode.